Enough of that though. All right. I got one game coming up here, and I'm gonna take you to the toilet, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it smell bad. It smell real bad. We talking about the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Real bad. A lot of stuff going on with these teams. But I tell you what, after what Tua just did in that preview, for
Mm.
this preview, calling out his team, calling out the leaders, calling out leadership, Tua must be tripping. Now he already came out and apologized, right? Damage is done, bro. They're talking about Chang Chubb. I don't think these guys are going to get behind him. It's going to be bad weather. You're talking about still statistically one of the top defenses in the NFL. I'm not a big Gabriel fan. I think he's going to get somebody hurt. Wouldn't surprise me if you see Shedeur in this game, but I think this defense is good enough to keep this team in it. And I think you see this team actually win in this preview. So I'm going to the toilet, bro. I'm backing the Browns in this one. I think the Dolphins have packed it in. I think what Tua did was putting the nail in the coffin for me. I think he lost his team, to be honest. I don't know how they rally behind him after this.
Yeah, that was rough. He didn't have a great day after a loss, and I think he threw like 2 picks, 3 picks that game.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
idea that you come up there and you start pointing fingers is insane. This ain't the first time he did that. He has a history of doing that. We can go back to Tua pointing fingers at Brian Flores. Remember, we can go back to that time frame,
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
how he had him mentally this and mentally that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Tua. This is who he is. You might be spot on. I mean, and McDaniels being a head coach don't help that because he's somebody that's bent over and let the players do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you said, it's a toilet bowl type of game. There is a little bit more structure in Cleveland. I think you're right. I think that's a good position there. I think Dylan Gabriel's going to be okay. I get what you're saying, but I think he's young. I don't think they pull him at all. I don't think Shedeur gets his opportunity until or if Dylan gets hurt, or we're probably closer to like week 10, week 11, week 12 after you give Dylan an opportunity to be a quarterback. He's not having an opportunity being a quarterback if you're going to pull him after 2 games. You got to see what you got there. He was drafted ahead of him, and it is what it is. But I like your position there. Cleveland Browns have the better defense. Tua got to be careful because he about one concussion away from, slurring his words. So
yeah, the only reason
he
about
one missed block away.
the only thing about Gabriel that I saw in that game against Pittsburgh was I thought that he put the ball in some bad spots where he led some of his receivers. Some of them were some good balls. He did unfortunately have some drops. Judy has some drops. I think there was one drop touchdown. I think the other tight end, the other high pick, second round pick, I think it was, had a big drop for a touchdown. I think his name is like Fans or something like that. I forget his name. But I mean, he had some good balls. He had some balls that looked like get somebody hurt. But he threw 52 times last game, and only for 221 times. So I mean, he would, they were chucking it with him. So I only say Shedeur just if he's flat, right? If he's flat and they need a spark offensively. I do agree with you. I do think they keep him in there. They're 1-5. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to the playoffs or anything like that. They're going to see what they have in Gabriel. So I think that leash will be long for him. But, it wouldn't surprise me if they go flat, if he gets flat and they put Shedeur in. I thought Shedeur was going to get in because he had his helmet on last game. Usually, they don't have their helmet, but he had his helmet on, didn't have the earpiece or the pad with him. So I thought he was getting in last game, but that didn't happen. But again, I think Cleveland's defense, I think they're ranked second or third in the NFL versus Dolphins defense, which is ranked 30th. Cleveland got to get a little healthy. Njoku didn't practice today. Judy was limited today, so hopefully they get some of that offensive power back for this game. But again, bad conditions, rainy conditions, I believe for this game. I do think Cleveland wins this game outright. The line is low enough for me. I'm not sure how many points the Dolphins are going to score in this game. And like I said, it's it's just a bad spot I think for Miami coming off the loss. Then you have your quarterback call people out. You know, now you got people looking at you like, yo, bro. You know what I mean? Like you just threw 3, 4 picks, like you said. Now you're gonna call everybody else out. We've seen this story before. Yeah, you can pack it in. Well, I mean, Callahan got the boot. Brian Callahan got the boot out of Tennessee really quick. I don't know how long McDaniels got left, but I'm pretty sure he's the next one that's out of here.
I agree.